Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are less than a month away now, and so far, there have been some pretty neat Pokemon that have been revealed. On top of that, there are some awesome returning Pokemon as well. Like with every new game tradition, I like to compile a list of Pokemon I want to use for the next series of games. In this case, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Of course, we don't have every Pokemon out yet, but this is just a rough idea of what I may use. When the games come out, I will obviously make a new one, but some of these Pokemon on this list may be keepers, because some of these designs are very clever and slick, especially some of the newer ones. But anywho, without me going into a tangent on how much I love the new Mon designs, let's just hop right into the list. Before we begin though, head on over to Mystic Reads, where we have another part of the Yaju Sanin being released tomorrow. Get ready, because Naruto is about to do something badass. Also, over on Mystic Umbreon Shorts, if we hit 5k subscribers, I have a special top 5 series that I will be releasing specifically over there. So if that hypes you up, go ahead and drop a sub. Links will be in the description below and in the iCard above. Starting at number 10, I'm opening up with Gardevoir. I wanted to get some of the returning Pokemon out of the way early. Considering we don't have the full decks of new Mons yet, I had to include some returning Pokemon. But like I said, this list is subject to change once the full dex comes out. However, if it comes down to it, and I don't like a lot of the new Mons, Gardevoir would definitely be on my team. And I mean, why would it not be? Gardevoir has been one of my favorite Pokemon since Generation 3, on top of it always being a superstar. It's got a solid stat lineup for an in-game perspective, and it's got a good stab and coverage pool. Plus its design is pretty clean. Gardevoir will always be a contender on one of my teams. And who knows, maybe it'll make a debut to a best team in the coming months. Up next is another returning Pokemon, this time being Frostless. It's funny because Frostless is one of my favorite Ice-type Pokemon, but due to circumstances and availability, I've always found it hard to use because of needing the Dawnstone and just the fact I always forget about Snorunt. If there are no new solid Ice-types that catch my eye, Frostless will definitely be the Ice-type I may wind up choosing for my team. It's got alright stats for an in-game perspective, and it's always been one of my favorite designed ice types. Hopefully though, the Dawnstone is easy to find. I hope this isn't one of those post-game cases. You know, I really don't use Pikachu clones on my team because all of them are pretty terrible. But Pawmi is actually one of the cuter Pikachu clone designs I've seen over the years. Depending on how the stats are, it could be a contender on my team because I need some originality. I may just look past everything though, and just pick it due to its design alone. The chubbiness makes it adorable. Honestly, I've only ever used Pikachu and Raichu out of all the Pika Pals. Maybe this gen will finally be the time to break the cycle. Let me know if you guys think Pawmi is cute in the comments below. As a Gen 2 connoisseur, I have to say I am elated by the fact we are getting a regional variant for Wooper. Wooper is known for its derpiness and adorable facial expressions, along with the fact that it doesn't have any arms. The Paldean form follows suit with this. We may not have a revealed form for Paldean Quagsire yet, but I'm very confident we will be getting one. I've always loved the concept of regional variants since they were released in Generation 7, and I find it very neat that Pokemon from previous generations get this unique exposure to them. Poison Ground is also a unique typing I wasn't expecting, but when it comes to adapting to the land, I guess Poison type does make sense. But I've always been a fan of the Quagsire line, and I have a feeling this will be a mainstay on my team. Let me just say, I love this new concept Pokemon has taken for Wiglet. Not only is its design adorable, but I really did think Wiglet was going to be a regional variant for Diglett. As it turns out, it's not. Wiglet is actually a water-type Pokemon that lives in beaches and seas, and some researchers were initially confused thinking this could be a regional variant for Diglett. I love how the Pokemon Company knew that this was going to be the initial reaction of a lot of Pokemon fans. Wiglet is actually a completely different species from Diglett, and has its own unique diet and habitat. It makes me wonder if we will have any other Pokemon in the games with the same concept as Wiglet. It makes me excited because this is really innovative. The anime also better make Wiglet say, Wigglety, trio, trio, trio. I hope we get more mons like this though, because this is such a cool concept. At number 5 is definitely one of my favorite Pokemon revealed in Scarlet and Violet so far, Arma Rogue. I really love the approach Pokemon took for Arma Rogue and Ceruledge. Like, these don't inherently look like Pokemon, but I really like that they don't look like Pokemon. These two Pokemon look like an awakened form that an anime protagonist would have. And what's really mysterious is seeing what they look like behind the helmet. Arma Rogue looks like an honorable knight that was pushed to the brink, and his powers were pushed to the limit, unlocking this badass Fire Knight in armor. It looks like an anime protagonist over a Pokemon being released. That's all I'm gonna say. This mon will apparently be exclusive to Scarlet, so I guess when I get around the Scarlet after Violet, this mon will for sure be on my team. As some of you guys may have heard me say on repeat for the last few months, I've really taken a liking to Oricorio's Bile form, due to it being a flamenco dancer and having very close ties to Spain. Unfortunately, the evolution I want may not end up being a thing, but regardless, I plan on having Oricorio being a mainstay on my team. In fact, I would consider it permanent, no matter what mons get further released. I used Oricorio in Sun and Moon before, and despite the fact it only has base 70 on the majority of its stats, I just want to use it. Maybe it can get a better move pool outside of just Revelation Dance? I doubt it though. In fact, I really want it to get an evolution still, but I highly doubt it will. I really think this Pokemon could be a solid piece for the region of Paldea. Give me a flamenco dancer gym leader with a Bile form Oricorio though, and I guess that would satisfy me enough. Previously, at number 5, I talked about Arma Rogue and Ceruledge. Well, number 3 will be specifically dedicated to Ceruledge. Like I mentioned in Arma Rogue's entry, Ceruledge and Arma Rogue remind me of an anime character's power-up or transformation. In this case though, Ceruledge is a more sneaky antagonistic type. This also makes sense due to the ghost typing. Every time it cuts an opponent, it gets a portion of their life energy back with a combination of surprise attacks and sneaky attacks to their foes' blind spots. Like I mentioned with Arma Rogue, these concepts are great, and I highly look forward to using both of these mons on my teams. At the penultimate spot, we have the starter Pokemon I will be choosing being Sprigatido. I'll just say, before diving into things, I love all 3 starter Pokemon. In my opinion, these are probably Pokemon's best starter designs that we've seen in quite a while, for me personally anyway. I'm going to be doing additional playthroughs with all of them though, so I look forward to doing that. But out of the 3, the one that captured my attention the most was obviously Sprigatido. I love Cat's bottom line, and it just caught my heart. I just hope that this design isn't ruined by bipedal syndrome, like I've mentioned before. Before I get flack, I'll give Incineroar the pass. It's grown on me over the years. I even like Emboar now. But Delphox, nah, that ain't it. Sprigatido has the potential to be one of the cutest design starters yet. I hope that the evolutions follow that trend. And at number 1, totally not Johto bias, we have Farigiraf, the palindrome of my favorite giraffe Pokemon, Girafforig. Out of all the Pokemon revealed so far, Farigiraf is by far my favorite, and will probably stay my favorite for a while. For years now, Girafforig has been pushed to the side, but it finally got an evolution, and I have to say, I am not disappointed at all. To me, it pays homage to Girafforig's original beta design, where its tail was the other half of its body. That design was changed though when we got Girafforig's initial design when it was released in Generation 2, which still looks dope as heck. Farigiraf combines the tail and Girafforig into one though. What really interests me is how the Pokédex entries are going to be. In previous entries, it states that its tail has its own small brain, and a mind of its own more or less. I'm curious to see what's going to happen to Girafforig's personality having been merged together. Obviously, it's going to have stronger psychic attacks now since the two are merged, but don't the Dex entries make you curious? I don't know. It makes me excited because Girafforig's tail has always been a mystery since Generation 2. Well, that wraps up my list of the top 10 Pokemon I want to use in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I will be using at least 3 Pokemon on this list as of now. However, this is subject to change. Once the games come out and we have a full list of the released Mons, you guys will see my full team then. Regardless of my team though, what Pokemon are you looking forward to using in Scarlet and Violet? Let me know in the comments below. Hey, it's the outro. Isn't that exciting? Thank you for enjoying another Mystic Umbreon video. We're getting ready to enter the fall, and the final stretch of hype for Scarlet and Violet is here. The excitement for Pokemon's 9th generation is at its peak, and I couldn't be more excited. We've still got plenty to cover before then though, so keep yourselves locked in. If you're interested in more Mystic content, check out my TikTok and Mystic Umbreon Shorts channel. If we get the 10K followers on TikTok, and we're super close, I'll be doing a viewer's choice video. Also, if you're into fanfictions and what ifs, check out Mystic Reads. I offer a ton of creative spoken word content on there, so come and join me. That's all for now. Make sure you subscribe for more fantastic content, and I'll see you next time.